All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. It feels amazing to be a Bitcoin hodler right now. Bitcoin just broke all-time highs, and things are about to get very interesting. Just how interesting are things about to get? Well, that's what I want to talk about in today's video. I'm going to play you two clips. Tyler Winklevoss giving his price predictions for the future, very bullish. Barry Silbert giving his predictions for the future. Before we get into these clips, if we were to take what happened after Bitcoin broke all-time highs last cycle, and just for a little context, every single cycle in Bitcoin's 12-year history, after Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, that really releases the bulls. The media starts talking about it. Everybody's in profit. And usually, after Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, we see 9 months of insanely bullish price action. So, before we get to Tyler Winklevoss, before we get to Barry Silbert, if we were to take what happened in 2017 and 2018 and project it into 2021 and 2022, this is what we might expect. To prepare yourself for these kinds of price moves, here's a 2017 applied to 2020 and 2021. What is possible? Well, 20 to 50K Bitcoin price channel until May is possible. $10,000 moves a day are possible. And a top just short of $300,000 by September 10th, 2021 is possible. This would be a day that I would never forget. And with all that being said, let's cut to Tyler Winklevoss giving his future price predictions on CNBC. Like the video.
Our thesis is that Bitcoin is gold 2.0, that it will disrupt gold. And if it does that, it has to have a market cap of 9 trillion. So we think that prices Bitcoin it could price one day at $500,000 a Bitcoin. So at $18,000 Bitcoin, it's a hold, or at least if you don't have any, it's a buy opportunity, because we think there's a 25x from here.
500,000 within the next decade. That means that Bitcoin would appreciate about 45 times from where it is right now, if I'm doing the math correctly, Cameron, worth around $9 trillion. I mean, so basically you're saying that Bitcoin could be about 40% of the market cap of the S&P 500. I mean, what takes us there? What's the bull case?
I think a lot of it is just investors coming in and realizing that inflation, there's a specter of inflation out there, and that how do you protect against that? Because I think there's not much of a debate on all the debt that's increased in the U.S., the money printing. And so how do you defend against that? And I think a lot of people are starting to realize that Bitcoin is really the best defense and offers the opportunity for an asymmetric return of something like 25 to 40x from here. And I don't think there's an asset in the universe that can credibly offer that kind of potential and protect against inflation. Gold's the classic hedge. If this was the 1970s, we would probably be buying and holding gold. But today we have Bitcoin.
Unbelievable perspective. These two twins will go down in history as two of the smartest investors of their time. And what they were saying is completely right. To have Bitcoin breaking all-time highs in the same year where $9 trillion, over 20% of the total USD circulating supply, has been printed, it's absolutely poetic. And let's combine what the twins just said with the information that Barry Silbert is about to lay on us, talking about how Bitcoin at $18,000, $19,000, $20,000 this time, totally different from last time. And one of the biggest differences is the types of buyers coming in this time around. Watch this.
There are reports that increasingly family offices are also joining the ranks of those investing in Bitcoin. Tell us what is different about the institutions holding Bitcoin these days and family offices holding Bitcoin in terms of their time horizon. I mean, I would imagine versus the run that we saw to record highs a few years ago, the holdings here are more durable in that they're longer term holdings.
There's no question. I think most investors that are allocating to the space these days are really thinking about Bitcoin over a medium to longer term time horizon. we're not having conversations with investors around Bitcoin 101 or 201. They're really trying to think about where Bitcoin fits in their portfolios. And I think for a lot of the investors we're dealing with now, there's definitely a rotation underway out of assets like gold and into assets like Bitcoin. Particularly, I think you just saw in this last week, we saw some of the largest outflows from gold funds on record. And so a lot of investors are trying to figure out whether Bitcoin is an inflation hedge, a store of value, it's a high-tech investment, ultimately trying to scale up to that appropriate position for their portfolio.
Unbelievable perspective. Barry Silbert hit the nail right on the head. The people buying Bitcoin at $19,000, $20,000 this time around, it's not retail like last time. These are high net worth institutional buyers who aren't buying for 2020 the year. They're buying for 2020 the decade. And things are about to get very bubbly. The mainstream media is already promoting top cryptocurrencies.
We love the forecast, but I'm also asking in the context of we're at very lofty levels. And right now, some are saying that the run in altcoins recently may signal that we are looking a little bit toppy in the Bitcoin trade and that smaller investors are looking at the altcoins because they are, quote unquote, cheaper to buy than an $18,000 Bitcoin.
It's super difficult to predict where the Bitcoin price is going, but if our inflows at Grayscale are any indication of the types of investors that are interested in this asset class or the sizes of the allocations being made, I do feel like we're just getting started.
Are you seeing heavier inflows into Bitcoin right now, or say the XRP fund?
We're seeing inflows across all 10 products at the Grayscale family. I think that a lot of investors have now allocated, I believe a third of our investor base now owns more than one Grayscale product, inherently more than one digital currency. And that's a trend that we've only seen gain momentum throughout this year.
So there we go, my friends. Things are about to get big. Good thing that you are subscribed to this channel and you'll always be in the know. For instance, did you know Russia is now set to legalize Bitcoin? What this means is the Prime Minister of Russia has revealed the government's plans to amend existing laws to recognize Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as property. This move will allow Bitcoin holders to legally defend and recoup their cryptocurrencies in court. So, I think of Bitcoin as money. It'd be cool if Bitcoin could get that legal status, but this is still a net positive because they're clearing up cryptocurrency laws and regulations. This is huge. Pizza Hut Venezuela now accepts cryptocurrency as payments. Sure, you can say you're going for the salad bar, but we know you're going to pay in Bitcoin. International restaurant franchise Pizza Hut, maybe you've heard of it, has begun accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment in Venezuela. They're partnered with CryptoBuyer to make this happen. You can now make food orders. They accept Bitcoin, Dash, and the CryptoBuyer's own token XPT. The CEO of Pizza Hut Venezuela says, today Pizza Hut is trying to go hand in hand with tech innovation, using what tech offers to be able to maintain ourselves and evolve in the market. Net positive for sure. That is it for me today, my friends. Right now, at the time of recording, Bitcoin is $19,257. If you're watching this and Bitcoin makes a price of $20,000 or over, you must let us know in the comments. All right, see you tomorrow.